woke up butt naked next to a man I had no recollection of.
We listen and we don't judge.
Hey, it's Bri, and I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this story, you guys are gonna wanna see Bri all the time, every time I upload. So this is officially my first story time of 2025. I am super excited to get back to my roots here on YouTube. I missed doing these kind of videos. I feel like I really started to let the comments get to me, and in real life, like, bitches hating on you, that's just a part of the game. That's what comes with this kind of job.
To haters, I'm not your enemy, I'm your hero. You know, cheer up. You should be happy I'm here. You know, I'm showing you bitches how to do it.
I'm done hiding. My life is still crazy. I still have juicy ass story times. I still make bad decisions here and there. And that honestly is what inspired today's story time. Because this story time is super recent, bitch. Like I said, in the past, I really used to let the comments get to me. But new year, new me, okay? So I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up right now at the beginning of the video. Support your girl, because I know your ass is messy and I know you want the tea. So go ahead and do me that one little favor. Now let's get into the story. So this story time takes place literally 2 days before Christmas. Yes, I am a messy bitch. I was in the club on December 23rd, okay? And you know why I was in the club? Because my homegirl was in town. She was visiting from New York. I am finishing up getting ready for a girls' night. My homegirl is visiting from New York. I've been working so much. I deserve to hang out with my girl. I was working my ass off, doing back-to-back 12-hour shifts. I felt like I deserved a girls' night. So when my friend from New York hit me up and was like, girl, I go home on Christmas Eve, I would love to see you, I was like, you know what? We outside tonight. What started off as an innocent girls' night out turned into a 2-day bender. That's why I decided to bring up the comments, because I feel like Brianna in 2024, she would have been a little hesitant about telling this story, because she's like, even though this shit is entertaining, I just don't want to hear what these girls have to say in the comments below. Like, I really need you guys to understand, I love myself, I love my life, I love me, bitch, 100%. You guys are not gonna torture me in the comments below. That is so 2020. That is so like 5 years ago.
I mean, what the fuck? Can I live? Can I live? Can I fucking live? Why y'all wanna fuck with me? Why? Why y'all so mad at me? What have I done to anybody but to get money?
Like I said, new year, new me. So catch this tea. So the girls' night started off as an intimate evening. We went to a very nice dinner. Once we started taking shots, I was like, bitch, let me show you a good time. Where are we going next? Because you know what? The night is still young. The night is still young. Yay. And so are we. Yes, girl, I wanted to be outside. When the dinner was over, we were standing in the parking lot. At first, we thought that we were gonna go to the studio in the valley and hang out with a rapper that I am not about to name. That was not my guy. That was my homegirl's guy. That's why I'm not gonna name drop. But just know, I was definitely on demon time. However, the rapper ended up texting my homegirl and telling my homegirl we did not need to show up to the studio because he already had girls at the studio that were ready to go. So we're like, oh, okay. He don't want to be in the presence of goddesses. What are we gonna do next? It wasn't even like 11 o'clock at this point. I was like, you know what, girl? I know exactly where we can go. And we requested a ride and we decided to go to apartment 200. Now, if you don't live in Los Angeles, California, I'm just gonna tell you, I have met so many influencers at Apartment 200. Apartment 200 is basically like a dive bar where all the internet famous people link up and have a good time. Now, don't get me wrong. If you do live in LA, you already know that Apartment 200 is kind of starting to get played out. It's not as big of a deal as it used to be, but it still gets lit, especially if you're in a situation like me where you just want to show your friend a good time. Apartment 200 was 100% the move. When we pulled up to Apartment 200, I was a little nervous because usually every single time that I have gone to this bar, I have been with somebody that was able to get me in for free. So this was my first time showing up by myself with just my face card and my clout. And let me tell you something, bitch. As soon as I walked to the door, especially because I was already like 4 or 5 shots in, I was like, yeah, my friends from New York, we want to turn up. Baby, they let me right in the door. I was like, wait, I should do this more often. And mind you, bitch, there was a line. I just didn't give a fuck about that line. I went straight to the security and I was like, let me in. And he understood the assignment. He let me and my bitch in the party. So boom, we're inside. What happened during our time at Apartment 200 is completely irrelevant to the story. But just know, when we first got there, I was definitely irritated. I'm like, why are we spending our own money? She was buying a round of shots, then I was buying a round of shots. I was like, hold up. We're like the most lit bitches in here. Nobody wants to buy us drinks? Tell me why. Not even 15 minutes later, we got invited to a section right by the DJ booth. Free Casamigos. I started going in. When I tell you, I was pouring up shots. I was passing the bottle to my homegirl. My homegirl, she's very classy, very demure. She was like, no, bitch, I'm at my limit. I kept going. I kept drinking until I could not drink no more. By the end of the night, I was blacked out. And if you guys can't tell, I'm pretty much fast forwarding at this point because I was blacked out anyway. So what do you want me to do? Lie to you, bitch? I don't remember what the fuck happened. I just remember they turned the lights on. You already know when they turn the lights on, that means the party is over. So my homegirl, she was staying in the valley and she was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna request my ride. And I remember I was kind of on the same time as her, but I was still drinking. So I didn't have that urgency to request my ride. I really don't know what happened after that. However, I do remember waking up butt naked on a couch the next day, cuddling with a man that I had no recollection of. Is recollection a word? Recollection. I don't think that's a word. What is the definition of recollection? Okay, so yeah, I woke up butt naked next to a man I had no recollection of. I do not remember talking to him at Apartment 200. I don't even remember talking to him outside when I was waiting for my Uber. And I'm basing this off what he told me because, bitch, I don't remember shit. I feel like I need to take the time to say this. If you're watching this and you feel like judging me, let me tell you something. You could never judge me because I'm living a full life. I'm not a boring ass, basic ass bitch. I am the definition of doing it for the plot. When I have kids, my kids are not gonna be able to get nothing past me because, bitch, I did it all. Let me tell you something right now before I continue with the story, before you get those judgmental fingers moving in the comments. I don't give a damn what you have to say. I said it once and I'll say it again. I love myself. I love my life. I'm cool with me, bitch. I'm cool with me. But anyway, this was not the first time that I've done something like this. I did not feel scared. I did not feel guilt. I did not feel ashamed. I was just like, oh my God, I'm on another bender. I'm so happy that we're back telling these stories because now I can tell you guys about all the side quests that I like to go on. I get up, I make small talk with the guy, and then I see that he has a bar area in his apartment. And I'm like, you know what? Let's take some fucking shots.
Yo, baddie shot o'clock. Don't get caught.
Yo, it's quick to do baddie shot o'clock, bitch.
We start taking shots. I started to realize that this guy was pretty good company. And then I thought to myself, oh my God, I hope my homegirl made it home safely. I'm talking to this guy. We're having like amazing conversations. conversation. And I'm digging through my purse. And I'm like, where the fuck is my cell phone? I had all my credit cards, all my debit cards. I had my ID. I had the keys to my house. I had everything but my glasses and my cell phone. Thank God that this one night stand was cool as fuck. I wasn't really freaking out because I just had this good feeling. I told the guy, I was like, do you mind reaching out to the Uber driver from last night so I can get my stuff back and I can go home? It was about to be Christmas. Like, my little sister was gonna come over my house. We were gonna bake cookies. Because I was thinking about my little sister and because this guy had a daughter, I was like, yo, we really need to get our shit together. Tell this guy that I will literally tip him if he brings my stuff back. I was gonna tip him outside of the Uber app. I was gonna tip him directly. Keep that in mind because that's very important. He reaches out to the Uber driver. He was willing to come back and bring me my stuff. He just had to do his 9 to 5. Like, he had to go to work. The Uber driver did not end up pulling up on us until like 1:30 in the morning on Christmas Eve. I ended up spending an entire day with this one night stand. So when the Uber driver finally pulled up, I went downstairs with my one night stand and I Apple paid the Uber driver $50. That's how the Uber driver got my phone number. Up until this point, the Uber driver was communicating with my one night stand. Obviously, I'm not the one that requested the Uber. I told you guys that the Uber driver did not show up to give me my stuff back until 1:30 in the morning. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? You're stuck with me, bitch. I'm spending the night. We cuddled together another night. That's when I went ahead and Ubered myself back home. When I got home from that guy's house, I did take a nap. You can imagine how confused I was when I started getting text messages from this Uber driver. I was thinking to myself like, damn, this is weird. I have not had a car in 2 years, okay? I am an Uber warrior. Never have I ever had an Uber driver ask me about my relationship status. Like, bitch, I don't know you. Tell me why. I woke up to a text message basically asking me how well I knew my one night stand. I did not even reply to that because I'm like, I didn't know that man at all. I quite literally tipped you $50. There's nothing more for us to talk about. I was very confused. I need you guys to understand that I was living in the moment. I had an amazing day with my sister and I met another guy and I was hanging out with him. So do you really think that it was like a top priority to reply to this Uber driver asking me about a man that I've already replaced? Like, let's be for real here. You can imagine how confused I was when I got a text message from my one night stand asking me if he should give the Uber driver my address because apparently the Uber driver texted my one night stand and told them that I forgot something else in his car and I wasn't replying to him. I didn't leave anything else in that man's car. That man did not need my address for anything, quite literally. That entire situation was actually insane to me. So I took a screenshot of the text messages between me and the Uber driver. I sent them to my one night stand, letting him know I wasn't even replying to this Uber driver, so clearly he was lying. And I told my one night stand, I think that's funny that he's texting you, asking you for my address. Never once was it mentioned that I left anything else in his car. Like, if I actually left more items in your vehicle, number one, why didn't you just give them to me when I got my phone and my glasses? Number two, why would you ask somebody else for my address when you already have my number and you could just ask me? That sounds very weird, right?
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
I texted my one night stand and I told him, thank you for letting me know what is going on, that this Uber driver was ready and willing to pop up at my house. and I asked my one night stand to go ahead and report this Uber driver. Now, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you already know that Brianna Lay has a little bit of anger issues, okay? I couldn't just let that weird shit slide. I had to say something evil. I had to say something diabolical because it's getting weird. I took it upon myself to pick up my phone and let this Uber driver know I'm not the one to fuck with. Because I'm not. I texted that Uber driver. I already wasn't replying to you. So what possessed you to text my friend and lie to my friend and ask them for my address? FYI, you have been reported to Uber, bitch. There's an ongoing investigation.
Trust you will be dealt with. Period.
I don't even know what he said after that because I blocked his ass. What the fuck do I look like going back and forth with somebody that I clearly think is out of their mind? I feel like I made my point very, very clear. This is the kind of stuff that only happens to me. So if you're watching this story and you're thinking to yourself, this shit don't make no sense, that's how you know it's real life, bitch. Because sometimes you get in situations that just don't make any sense at all. And you have to ask God, why is this happening to me? Why do I attract maniacs, psychos, and losers? My life doesn't make any sense to me either. If everything happens for a reason, maybe this situation happened to me just so I could have another story to tell. And that's just how I feel. With that being said, if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know how you guys feel about how I handled this situation. If you know somebody is a weirdo, why would you continue to entertain that weirdo? Block that bitch. With that being said, I love you guys so much and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Till next time.